This week's show, we want to talk about what's happening, right? The things that are taking over our towns, our cities, our countries. A lot of good topics tonight. Of course, my co-host, the host of the show, Sarah Dawn Montes. And let's get right into it. One of the important topics of the week we have is the topic of Venezuela. Venezuela just recently, and unless you've been under a rock, you know the situation that's happened in Venezuela. You have people that are either here or here when it comes to Venezuela. So let's get right to it. How many of you know people from Venezuela? Do you know people from Venezuela?
I do.
Okay. And what's your thoughts on the people from Venezuela?
I think that they are happy that Maduro was caught. How about you?
I've seen videos of them celebrating in the streets, celebrating, happy, crying, in joy, just running throughout different cities, running throughout the world, happy that the dictator that had them hostage has now been taken into prison and is now the hostage. One of the things I did notice was Maduro was wearing a gray Nike Tech suit. Right after he was captured, it looks like the Nike Tech suit went up in sales. People want to wear that suit.
Are you gonna get one?
I might get one. I've always loved the Nike Tech suit. I know the YNs and all the young people out there love the Nike Tech suit as well, and it just keeps you comfortable. On another note, there are people that have been in favor of the capturing of Maduro. There's also been people that have been opposed to it. What are your thoughts on opposing the capturing of Maduro?
It just seems like they don't really know what's going on. They're just so against Trump. They have TDS, Trump derangement syndrome, that anything that he does is wrong.
It almost seems like people are being told how to feel, where to put their feelings, how to think. It's a very strange thing to see when somebody or a group of people try to tell you how to feel when you've been the one that's been oppressed for many years. And the capturing of Maduro is, I think, one of the many dominoes that is going to happen throughout this year. Now, a lot of people think it's a political, regimist, imperialist move, that the US is moving into more of a imperialist empire and we're taking over these countries. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I think we did it for a few reasons, right? We took the resources. I don't know, Joe.
And that's a key word, took. Because we absolutely did go in there and take resources. We also did go in there and take control of a country that was in shambles. Like I said, a lot of the people were celebrating, and sometimes that's what needs to happen. On the flip side, people are saying, well, this administration didn't go through the proper channels. They didn't go through Congress. They didn't go through the chain of command per se. What are your thoughts on that some people feel like?
Well, so when Biden was president, he was wanting to do the same. They wanted to capture Maduro. Trump just knows how to get things done.
Interestingly enough, right before the election and the race, there was actually a $25 million bond that was placed, a reward that was placed for the capturing of Maduro. And do you know who the president was at that time?
You asking me?
Yeah.
Well, Biden.
Very strange. Now, to go into our second topic.
Oh, hold on. Actually, we didn't even touch on the fact that he's an illegitimate president.
For sure. The people decided who they wanted as president. He decided to stay in power. Now his vice president is the one that's taken that seat. So in essence, the people still don't have the candidate that they chose.
So what about the Maria? Isn't she going to be placed to be president or given back?
I'm not sure. I think a lot of the sentiment is that Maria was the winner in that race, that the elections were rigged, very coincidental. It seems like a lot of the elections that are rigged end up to have the leader that the country doesn't want. But this country ended up fighting back. And through the election process, they made their voices loud and clear. They wanted Maria Machado. Interestingly enough, she actually won the Nobel Peace Prize, right? So I hope the best and I wish the best for Venezuela. I know they're in a transition period right now where there's a lot of changes happening. And we'll be there to see it unfold and to see them do a lot better than they were. I'm happy for the Venezuelan people and I'm happy for their country.
So I wonder what Trump would do if there was an illegitimate governor.
Who knows? There's been rumors that there are illegitimate governors in a lot of states here in the United States.
Heard the same.
Yeah. But we'll see. Will the FBI, will they send Delta Force? Will they send the Marines? We don't know. On another note, I do want to point out that violence in the United States has reached not something abnormal because, you know, I feel as an American, we're kind of used to violence at this point. I feel like a lot of the country has been desensitized to a lot of the violence that sometimes happens in this country. But just recently, there was a shooting in Utah. There was a shooting last night on church grounds involving a family that was mourning the loss of another family member. And it's a tragedy to hear. It's a tragedy to see, especially when it happens at a funeral. You know, I heard somebody say death at a funeral. And those words are really, they hit hard because, you know, you're going to a funeral to mourn for someone and to be killed at a funeral. It's just beyond belief, beyond words. So we do want to send a prayer and blessings to those families involved. We hope they get the justice they deserve. And we also wish the best for the church that was involved with that. And we hope they can heal as well. I know I haven't really heard of any leadership from different sides really speak up on it. But it's one of the things that I think it's really important that we, as the state of Utah, really kind of look at each other and say, is this where we want to go? Is this the direction we want to head? And what we can do to change that direction. I think we still have time. On another note, there was also another shooting, a pretty important one too, involving ICE agents in the city of Minneapolis.
You know this.
The state of Minnesota. And so we also want to send out a prayer to those involved there. It's a tragic situation. We know a mother lost her wife. A mother
lost her wife.
Well, a mother lost her kids, right? And I was reading something a little earlier today, which I kind of mixed the two, but you know, we lost a mother. She has kids. You know, potentially there could have been more deaths involved. And let's get into that now.